Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use some of Excel's error checking tools. I've opened up the Learning Files workbook and I've clicked on the first semester grades worksheet. Now, if we look at this worksheet, we can see that this is a basic grade sheet. I've got my student names going down column A. I've got all the things that they can be graded on going across row 2. And I'm using 3 formulas in this worksheet. I'm using averages in columns E and K. I'm calculating percentages in columns F, L, N, and P. And I'm calculating a final grade in column Q. Now I'm going to mess with one of my average formulas. I'm going to click on cell E4 and I'm going to change my formula in the formula bar. So instead of averaging B4 through D4, I'm going to set it up so that it averages B4 through C4. Now, as soon as I do that and hit enter, it shows me that I have an error by placing a green triangle in the top left corner of cell E4. If I select that cell, I can see this warning icon with a drop arrow to the right, and that indicates the presence of a possible error. If I click that drop arrow, I get this little menu. And the first item in it tells me what my problem is. I have an inconsistent formula. That means that the formula in this cell isn't consistent with the other formulas around it. I can resolve this error by copying the formula from above. As soon as I click that, the error is fixed. I'm going to hit undo and bring it back because I want to show you some of my other options. If I click the drop arrow, I can choose help on this error. That opens up my help window in the task pane on the right. And this provides me with some options as well as step-by-step guidance for using those options to resolve my error. If I'm done with this task pane, I can click the X in the corner and close it. Now I can also ignore this error. Okay, maybe I meant to omit exam 3 from student 2's averages. Okay, maybe I did that on purpose. And in that case, I would ignore this error. Edit in formula bar. So that's just telling me I can click up here in the formula bar and remove my error by typing in the correct range. So I'm going to escape and not do that either. And the last option I want to show you is error checking options. So in this window, this is where I set the rules for checking errors. I do that down here in this bottom window. Okay, so if I didn't want Excel to look for inconsistent formulas, I would uncheck this option. Okay, notice that by default, formulas referring to empty cells is unchecked. Let's watch what happens if I check that. I'm going to check it off and hit OK. Okay, now let's say I delete this score for exam 3 for student 3. And now I receive an error in his exam average because there's a blank cell in the formula. Okay, if I open up that error and I remove that check from that option and hit OK, it doesn't throw an error. Okay, so hopefully you learned that there are many different errors, many different options for working with any errors that might exist in your worksheet.